Are teachers overpaid or underpaid? Brian, what are your thoughts?
They are extremely underpaid. Extremely underpaid. And the pandemic really showed that they are underpaid. All right?
They do not have the easiest job either.
No, man. Look, think about it. A lot of the parents, they really, really didn't understand how much responsibility it was to be a teacher until the pandemic came, which I'm happy. In that aspect.
And a lot of these parents gave tons of gifts to these teachers when schools opened up again.
Yes.
Tons of gifts.
Yes. Think about it. They're with 30 kids, 20 kids, whatever number of kids that they're with all day. And then you're a parent and you're dealing with your own kids and you want to kill yourself.
I love my little
You're driving
princess. I
nuts.
love my little girl, but hey, she has her moments too. And I sometimes think, and I'm like, man, these teachers, she's trying to take care of little kids like my little girl times 10 or 15. God damn.
Yes.
And sometimes those rooms only have one teacher.
Yes. And it comes back down to this.
Not easy.
Why is it in every other industry? Education, I guess, people think it's boring, but you're influencing the future. Why is it that an NBA player and all these guys, I get it, it's entertainment, but why is that profession the highest paid and all this entertainment? The teacher's molding the future. They're molding the kids. Yeah. And they're getting paid, what, 40 grand, 45? How do you survive with inflation going up?
And then you see people, all these, some of these unvalue-driven influencers on social media making top dollar, doing things that don't even serve the community. And if anything, they're actually putting a bad message out there.
Yeah,
getting top dollar.
You see a girl twerking on what is it, on Instagram, and she's getting paid what, over 200 grand a year, but a teacher.
You see the Island Boys.
Don't even get me started with that, man. That's look, good for them, because I'll tell you, good for them. Regardless of whatever it is, that's why we live in the United States, because you have the ability.
Hey, you have the ability to do it.
Don't like your situation, you can change it.
Oh yeah,
and that's the beautiful thing about this country. If you decide at any moment, I don't like what I'm doing, and you have the drive to do it, the opportunities will be there, but you got to work your ass off.
You got to work your ass off.
You got to work your ass off.
So then that goes to the thing with the teachers, does it get to the point where if they keep getting underpaid as a teacher, you better figure out another way that you can teach and actually make more money?
We got to stop cutting back on that.
Or what?
I think there should be more creative outlets for teachers. What
is your suggestion?
My suggestion is this. I think that there should be investments for teachers, or maybe to proliferate their business and think about, how they can make, number one, there should be law passed, because you cannot be cutting education. That's the first thing that always gets cut, education. But for teachers to be creative, what they're teaching to their kids, you can create a course. There has to be some think tank out there to see how they can really help these teachers create more income on top of them getting paid more.
Yeah.
I think there's also a bad rap when you...
Yeah, because really tutoring is the only way they actually make extra money when they're not working.
There you go.
Right?
Yeah, tutoring.
So you got to figure out, maybe there's a way that we can create some kind of digital course or I don't know, something that they can put together that they can package and sell. Or they can package together and have the backing of maybe the school or something help them, because
the school backs them up so they can do it, right?
So they can do it, exactly. Because here's the thing, we're talking about packaging a thing together, of course. Now they're running their own business. They're going to have to learn sales. They're going to have to learn a whole bunch of shit that they don't have time for, unless they go do their own thing. That's it. So if they have the school backing them up and figure out some other way that they can come up with another income stream, or it's something that the school creates for them to make extra money, be beautiful.
Amazing. And maybe something that they create, like the teachers create, like, I guess, like a profit sharing business on the side. Yeah. Or like a course that they can like teach kids and they all work from it together. Something like that to be creative.
Something.
Now, mind you, viewers, if you guys are watching this, we're not saying, just take the $45K and then be an entrepreneur on the side. That's not what we're saying. We're saying pay them what they should get paid. 45, that's too low. Pay them more, whatever that number is. We got to come together. And you know what? If it means we got to take a little bit to get them there, we can't be cutting education.
That's right. Now, Brian, on the flip side of things, how about those shitty-ass teachers?
Look, man, I know there's a lot of people, just like in any organization, you're going to get people that are just tire kickers.
Yeah.
They're not really too committed.
So what about those? What happens?
It's tough, man, because this is like a topic is so controversial. Because if we go down the space of, let's say we're going to be, we start paying teachers based on performance, how do you really, on a scorecard, track that metric?
Yeah.
And you can, but what's the traditional way of doing it? Here in Florida or anything, you test them, standardized testing. We used to, I think I used to have the FCAT and all that.
Yeah.
It's so hard to do that. It's so hard to figure out what is the right formula, because if you think about it, if you change one kid's life, what's the price of that? How much should a teacher get paid if they influence,
Yeah, no, I get it.
It's like such a sticky topic. There should be, cost increases. Definitely. Now,
do you think there's a difference between teachers that are teaching in elementary, middle school, high school, and versus college? Do you think there's a difference there?
Definitely there's a difference there, because universities, they're making big bucks.
Yeah.
They're getting a lot of subsidies. They're getting a lot of endowments. You're not getting that in a public school. In a public school, you're not seeing that. You're not seeing that type of money coming in. So it's harder. That's why you see a lot of teachers eventually make the evolution and get into academia, or they become professors out of college, because there's more money there to be made. If you go to a public school route, you're more, if you're going into a profession, unfortunately, it's not to make the most money. You're there to impact the most lives.
So what do you like most about teachers? What do you not like about teachers?
What do I like most about teachers? I think what I like about teachers is they have to have a caring heart, and they have to have patience, and they really have to be innovative. You can really tell if a teacher really cares by how they communicate to the kids. If you do the extra mile, you make my child, feel that anything is possible, because you're influencing the future.
I've had some of those teachers.
Yeah, man.
Have you?
Yep, bro, of course. What's one of your stories?
One of my stories, man, teacher-wise?
Yeah.
I could tell you in middle school, I don't think you were there. No, it wasn't in middle school. It was in elementary school. I had this one teacher. She was super sweet. Probably everybody's favorite teacher. It was our first grade teacher. But she was just very caring, very loving, very motivating, always very like, let me help you. Let me take you by the hand. Do I need to stay here extra and help you out with some of the stuff that you missed? I remember I was in first or second grade. Would review test after with you. If you messed up, she would even allow you to correct it on your own and give you extra credit for it. Like, she would just find ways to always help you and make you feel good about yourself and push you forward and always tell you positive things. I'll never forget, she would always tell us positive things, which I very, very liked. And it was always ready. Always showed up, always had a smile on her face. And, Miss Espinosa.
Oh, I love that, man. I love that. More teachers need to be like that. Mine was Mr. Arnaldo. I was in high school.
Mr. Arnaldo,
Mr. Arnaldo, right. Man. He was a great influence. Guy had a wealth of knowledge. He was like the Dos Equis guy.
Oh, yeah. He's another great teacher.
That guy was a Dos Equis dude, man. He lived a life. If he could write a book, I'm telling you, that thing would be best sold.
Teaching history.
Best sold in New York Times, man. The guy was a legend. Influenced me a lot positive on how to be aware of what's going on in the economy, how things really work. The guy was just an animal. He's retired now. He's probably, chilling out there. But if you're watching this, you definitely made an impact.
Yeah, Mr. Arnaldo. That's right.
Mr. Arnaldo, legend.
I'll never forget. That's another great one as well.
Oh, yeah.
So, Brian, what don't you like seeing from teachers? What bothers you from certain? I'm not saying all, but I'm saying from the teachers that are doing these things. What bothers you?
I think if you're just going there for a paycheck, man. And I get it, because teaching becomes a routine, and, it does get exhausting and all that. But, if you kind of stagnate and you don't invest in yourself and your knowledge and developing, I think that's one thing that I don't like. But again, I haven't been in school in a while. Maybe things have changed, and I don't have kids yet. But you right now, you're going to walk into that very soon. Or you're already into it right now.
My little girl's already in school, so.
Yeah, she's already in school, man. I'll tell you something. That little girl is a genius.
She's growing fast.
Growing too fast.
Yeah.
And she's cute, guys. Super adorable.
It's my little princess.
That's it.
So, yeah, and I think that's the thing. It's at the end of the day, nobody's perfect. But I do feel like, yes, teachers do need to get paid more. But I think that there also needs to be we also have to just pay attention as parents, figure out what are the schools that are right, who are the teachers that are right for our kids. And do our homework as well, because there is a lot of stuff out there too that I also see, and I can say it's experience as well, where teachers aren't doing their jobs, correctly.
You can and that's the other thing. You can't just be a parent that just lets the society teach your kid. No. You have to be an active parent.
Yeah. And I'll tell you right now, especially you see this more in college. But if you join a class, this for anybody out there who's in school, and I say college because we usually see it. Not saying it happens in high schools too and other schools, but just make sure that when you join that class, you're getting the information for what you're trying to, with the information from the teacher on that topic that you're trying to learn. Look, I'll tell you right now, one of the things that bothers me for certain teachers that do this is when they start going the rabbit hole of trying to push their own narrative and ideology down their throat.
Mm-hmm.
I went there to learn one thing, and it's that topic that I'm supposed to learn. I'm not here to learn your views, your ideology, your narrative. That's great for you, but that's not what I paid for.
And that is not what you paid for. So don't push that down my throat.
Don't push it down my throat.
Don't push it
and I'll
down
tell you guys, because in college, you're going to be old enough to already make your own choice. You're an adult, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. When you see that, don't be scared to stand up. I did it once. Go to your deans. Hey, I didn't come here to pay for this. I came here to learn. I'm not here to hear somebody's story and ideology. So I'm just saying that because it does happen frequently. It's happened to me. Brian, I'm sure you've seen that experience yourself. Mm-hmm. But just make sure that you're aware of that, and make sure that as parents you're doing the right homework on schools. Because look, at the same time, teachers are great, and I think teachers do deserve to get paid more. I do. But also as well, do your homework on the schools and the teachers that are in those schools before you as an adult join or before your parents put your kids in.